kind of interesting to watch how their legs work with the points on the end, and then they kind of roll onto them. Gonna make you famous, crab.
Creep it in. Scooching out. He's coming for us.
I'd really love to see what he's trying to do.
Can we spoil out both the arms of Hook?
Just do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They just realize they're like brothers. They're like, oh, it's like happy.
He's actually just trying to hug us.
Oh,
That's true. We just assumed the worst.
he's coming though. No fear.
He's trying to climb on.
Yeah.
Let him do it.
He's going to be telling all of his friends about the time he scared away that giant Hook.
He thinks he's the most impressive crab in the
Oh
neighborhood.
my gosh, he is right now.
It's like you come to my block.
We
He's
don't
getting
need
on.
a crab
Oh,
sample.
he's got a foot on
Sure.
though.
What about a crab pet?
But he needs a ride. Hitchhiker crab.
Up.
Oh
Grab it.
gosh.
Oh
We're
my
being boarded.
gosh.
We're not a taxi service crab.
Well,
Come on, buddy, get on. They're coming.
It'd be
I
so
only
cool
left
if
for
we
a
just
couple of
rode
minutes.
the Zeus all the way up.
Allison, you weren't here for this.
I don't think we want this volunteer.
Okay. Yeah,
Wow.
buddy.
he's an intern.
Oh, see you
Oh,
later.
oh. Yep. Where'd that fish come from?
The sediment thing.
Well, that was fun.
He volunteered as tribute.
Yeah, there was a bunch of those crabs looking at us before, but never one of them to run up like that I've seen. That's funny. Glad he didn't get stuck.
So down talking to Steve about our plan, and he's supportive of it. He was saying that they were seeing some cup corals along the edges or ledges downslope a little bit, so we're going to be on the lookout for that, and he'd like to sample.
Roger.
Can
Some of
somebody
those if we see 'em.
identify what's in the, it was in the Argus can.
It
never
was
mind.
a siphonophore.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I missed it.
It was cool. It might float back, you never know. Another crab.
Yeah, do we have an ID on these crabs?
I think they're the same that we saw yesterday, which shore scientists identified as Chasion is the group. Common name is red crab, even though they look quite tan or pale orange to me. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Got it.
What was the initial name you gave?
Chasion, that's the genus, I believe.
Okay. I thought you said chasing arm. I was like, well, yeah, that sounds pretty, that's pretty spot on.
I was thinking that too, Kylie.
Some interesting sediment sorting over here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's like some corals on the back edge there as well.
There's another one of those small fish that
Yeah.
Every time I look into the distance, I feel like every small smudge is just a giant fish sitting right on the edge.
Yeah, I've thought that with a couple of the sediment patches. Like, depending on the angle we come up on it.
Yeah, we get up there and say, ah, it's a rock.
Looks like quite a few corals and sponges to the left side. And similar sorting.
Yeah, it seems like all these pockets have that same sorting in the currents.
Yeah, even the small pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris, we've got someone named Catherine writing in to say that they posted the link for the live feed, and Mr. Houston said, "Very cool."
Oh, cool. Yeah, Catherine is my sister, and Mr. Houston is one of my previous teachers in high school.
Awesome. Hello, Chris's sister.
Yeah, no, he was one of the history teachers, and instilled more, what do you call it, pride and motivation in kids to get out and learn about history than anyone I've ever met.
That's awesome. Shout out to Mr. Houston.
He runs the Boston Marathon every year
Cool.
and is still moving at quite a significant pace.
Can we get a zoom on this fish when we
Yep.
get close?
shout out to Hopkinton
Go ahead, video.
coming in.
Oh,
Coming wider.
it looks very shiny.
Glistening.
If we get a zoom on the head, that would be helpful too.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Oh, neat.
Goodness.
Some good teeth there.
That
Bye-bye.
was cool. There's another fish swimming away from us.
Yeah, I see it in the distance.
Is that the same one?
Not sure. It looks
Looks
like
like
the
the
same
same.
type, at
Yeah.
least.
There's
So there's- they have
another
these-
one right ahead of us too.
Oh, there's
a few
two
over
of
here.
them.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool how they hang out vertically.
Yeah, I wonder what's up with that.
Oh. Quick.
He's like, what? They gonna see me? Oh no. Kirk just went over one of those larger size of those cute fish we saw that looks like that I said looked like the Toy Story guy. What's
Oh,
the
the
name of that
little
again?
ones?
Are you sure it wasn't another of the anglerfish?
I am not sure of anything,
think-
but
I
it
think
did not look like, it looked like it had two eyes on top of it and flat.
Okay. I saw something that looked like one of the anglerfish we've been seeing.
The
It
small
was
Like
also
the one right in
dark.
front of
It
us?
was not blue. But I'm not great at identifying things.
Definitely seen a lot more fish in general on this dive than the other ones. I've also got a teacher from Lake County, California writing in and saying that they really enjoy sharing this feed and they want to give a big shout out to us because they love watching all of their students' faces light up with fascination as we explore the seafloor.
That's cool.
And that's what we love. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for sharing the video feed and getting your students learning about the ocean.
Hopefully you found our educational resources
Yes.
on the education tab as well.
Yeah.
Lots of goodies.
If you go to nautiluslive.org and check out that education tab,
Zoom
you'll
in there,
be
video.
directed to our resources, from lesson plans to smaller activities to coloring pages, bingo, all that sort of fun stuff. So definitely check it out and let us know if you use them.
Is that where people can also find a way to sign up for a live interaction?
Those are more case-to-case basis based on our availability throughout the season.
Coming in.
Looks like some polyps of some sort too behind the fish.
Come wide. In the rocks here.
Oh my gosh. I just bounced off a shrimp. Or shrimp bounced off me.
Shrimp bounce.
He looked petrified. He just came flying into the camera.
Oh.
We're just about at the bottom of this steeper gradient here.
Zoom
Looks
in
like-
there.
It's like another one of those long fish. It's got quite a few parasites on it.
I think they, that's cool. I think they position themselves like that as a camouflage mechanism? Or?
Maybe.
It could be then if something was looking down on them, they would appear a lot smaller than they really are.
It's like when you try to hide behind a tree, but you're bigger than the tree. I just squeeze in real tight. They can't see me.
I imagine the camouflage works a lot better when the robot lights aren't totally blowing up
Yeah,
their
when
spot.
it's pitch black.
Which is a good reminder to our viewers again that the light that is illuminating what we're seeing is from our vehicles. No light from the sun is reaching down to these depths.
Alright, we're just about at the bottom of this slope here. Do we want to go further or check it here?
I don't think so. I think Steve was saying that he was seeing those cup corals around this contour. So maybe if we just start heading along this contour towards our previous track line.
Roger that.
Okay.
Bridge now. Request we track a line bearing 060 at 0.2 knots. Thank you.
If you want to see a larger view of the area that we're currently looking at, you can check out the Argus view to see from above Hercules.
High in the sky.
Indeed.
What's that to the left of the lasers?
There's a fish over there.
A fish, and then in front of the fish? Is that coral?
Looks like it might be.
Yeah, zoom in there, video.
It's like a little bit of coral with some brittle stars wrapped around.
I see.
Is that a cup coral right under the edge there?
I think it might be.
Yep, Steve just confirmed that is one.
Did he want to sample it or just look
Yeah,
at
he does
Okay.
want to sample.
Okay, come wide, please. Stop the ship there.
Bridge now. Request we hold position. Thank you.
Steve is suggesting that we slurp it.
Roger.
Look at that, Kylie. Your eye brought us to the cup coral.
Cool.
There's two little things on it. There's the bright one that we can see now.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Okay.
with the whitish
It's
stock.
Yeah, the white little blob at this zoom level.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a step back.
Yeah, we're
pull pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm getting pulled here.
Bridge now. Request 30 meter step bearing 340. Thank you.
Kylie, can you set the suction sampler camera up there and
Yeah.
put it on the flush jar and flush it out?
Sure can. Jamie, we have not taken any sections, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
So hold on, turn the pump off. That's on 7 now, right? You want to go in the flush jar.
It did flush.
Oh, sorry, missed it.
So before we started this cruise, we were in Hawaii, and I went to the coast of Oahu on the west coast, and I was at the beach, and I was walking along the coast, and the rocks look just like this.
Really?
Yep.
Cool.
Got a
Okay.
fish coming into frame now, and we're over it. Starting our way back.
Now again, it is dark at these depths normally when we're not bringing the light down here. But animals down here that are, hunting for things use lots of different, methods for sensing. There was that barbel on some of the fish that hangs below it that might help them sense the seafloor and also sense things that they're coming across to eat. And there's also not light from the sun down here, but animals at these depths do have, some have some ability to bioluminesce. So some light that is created by chemical reaction
Bridge, nav.
in the animals themselves.
Another step, please.
And while we're waiting here, I'll let the viewers on Nautilus Live know again about our location. We are exploring another seamount of Jarvis Island, north of Jarvis Island. And we have been in the water since last night, so we have a little bit of time left on this dive as we're looking for some different coral species. We're looking to collect a cup coral. And we've seen lots of interesting fish on this dive as well. And Jamie, did we have an ID on that vertical fish?
We do not. Unfortunately. We'll have to have some scientists review the footage later and let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, I think I lost my spot.
It's right below the lasers.
Okay, all right.
I can still see the dot of the cup coral from here.
Almost there.
So these cup corals, are they
Bridge
an
now.
individual polyp?
Request we hold position.
Yes.
Gonna zoom in there, video. So tiny.
Yeah.
That's full zoom there.
Okay. All right, come wide.
Could we take this into slurp number 1?
Roger.
And for our viewers at home, we are about to sample a cup coral of interest to Steve Oskovich, our lead scientist here. And we're going to slurp it, which I know is your favorite, audience. And so we're seeing the slurp sampler be pulled out, and it works kind of like a little vacuum to help us get some of these samples.
That's not a good angle. Hold on.
Looks a bit more comfortable.
Okay, can you zoom in there, video? And probably just start it on 30, Kylie, see if that does anything. Yep. Okay.
Nope.
Got it.
There it goes. Oh,
Oh, what
I
happened
think
there?
it may have
Is that
popped.
it?
I think it's down there on the sediment below the slurp.
Yeah, I just want to see if, okay. This is it here, right?
That's it.
Yeah. Nice recovery.
A full wide video. Didn't see him go in there.
No.
Go a bit more, yeah. Let's turn it off for a minute. I don't know. I wouldn't think that would get stuck going in there.
No, unless there's something else stuck.
Yeah.
Could be some of that rubble from yesterday.
Run the pump again, 60 or 70. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Finally.
Oh, is that two of them?
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought I got one and I knocked another thing off.
Oh.
Amazing.
I guess there must have been two right next to each other.
All right, you can turn that pump off. Yeah, because yeah, it didn't make sense to me. Okay, now
There you go.
now I get it.
Steve says one is live and one is dead.
Say they're both pretty shook up now.
Yeah.
Neither one of them is feeling very well.
I'd say the one that's dead's feeling worse.
Actually, that's,
I disagree.
yeah, it's probably not feeling anything.
Well, fair point.
Oh, come on, get in there.
Jamie, is this 8-8?
That's correct.
Alrighty. Get back on our line.
Yeah, sure, yep.
Bridge now. Of course we continue tracking our line.
Zero 60, yep.
We'll probably change bearing a little coming up, kind of swing around this curve here.
Sure, yeah.
I just had a moment of concern because I felt like my seatbelt wasn't buckled. There are no seatbelts in the van.
Because we started moving.
I think so. I think my chair like spun around and I felt like I was in a car or something. I don't know. It's like my seatbelt's not on.
Can we get a zoom on that yellow fan?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, video.
Steve wants it.
He wants it. Okay, full wide, please.
Bridge nav. Request we hold position.
And once you get set up, if we can get a nice tight zoom on it, that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay, zoom in. Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Once we have the sample, the forward bio box starboard side would be ideal.
Forward, starboard side. Okay. Ah. Full wide. Yeah, go ahead. Right. All right.
Nav, can you drop a target here? 089.
Roger that. Bridge nav.
Yeah.
Of course we continue tracking our line. Take a second for the ship to pick up and go.
And hello to all our friends just tuning in on nautiluslive.org. We just got done doing some sampling of corals here on this seamount as we're still exploring this seamount north of Jarvis Island in the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. We've got a lot of rock samples from this seamount as well that our geologist will use to hopefully determine the age
Can we
of
get a
this
zoom on
seamount.
that yellow fan?
Yeah, go ahead, video.
Can definitely see the white branches on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Full zoom.
Thank you.
Lots of brittle stars. And still seems like quite a bit of that coral rubble. And the length of dives and the length of expeditions does change depending on what the objectives are and what we're doing. This particular expedition, we're going to be together for a total of about 3 weeks. 1.5 of which is, about 1.5 of which is spent exploring the seafloor, and the other, on either end, we've been transiting to our location. And these dives have ranged between, I believe, 16 or so hours to about 30 hours. But again, it depends on what the expedition is. I know that there were dives on previous expedition seasons, like the Ocean Networks Canada dives. They're very long engineering missions that have spent over 70 hours on one dive.
Yeah, I think our longest dive rate on Nautilus is about 74, 76 hours, something like that.
That's a long dive.
Yeah.
What is that, 5 days?
3 days?
No, 3 days.
3, yeah.
My math is early. It's all relative.
Time is a construct.
Exactly. And looks like we've got another science communication fellow tuning in. Hello to Shannon Donovan.
Can we get a zoom on the fish on the right?
Yeah, coming in the screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
Is it 2 or is it multicolored?
Yeah, go ahead, video.
Oh, what the
Oh,
heck?
it's a squid.
Cool.
What?
Oh, wow.
That is awesome.
I'm so confused.
What are we looking at?
Looks like a squid.
Ah, at the bottom? Or is the whole thing a squid?
I'm not sure what that top region is.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
I was gonna say it almost looks sea penish,
Yeah.
but
I can't tell if it's like... Oh, that looks like part
Oh,
of
it's
its
definitely
part of the
body.
squid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it just turned red.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
it's like a unicorn.
It's coming back. I'm going to
Wow.
chase it with the zoom a little bit.
Yep.
Now this one looks like it's trying to fight us.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh.
There we go.
Whoa.
Whoa, we got inked.
Yeah, it tried to intimidate us, and then when it didn't work, it squirted and ran.
Yeah.
I am in awe. That was
Cool.
so
That's
cool.
A big angler one that we've been seeing. Large one.
Yep.
And
Yep, there he
he's
is
coming
again.
back down.
Back again.
I really need to find out what that big
It's so weird.
extension
It's so
on it
beautiful.
is.
Yeah. It's like almost twice the size of its main body.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's something running in front of your bubble. Trying to just trying to
Wiggling
desperately get out of the
along.
way.
I'll zoom in a bit, or never mind.
That's a cool shot.
There's a nice look at that. Wow.
Yeah, when it was like spread out, it really did look like a sea pen, Chris. I thought it was holding something at first.
Yeah, I thought it was a fish carrying something.
I haven't seen it come out
Almost like they're a
of
plant.
Herc.
Yeah, I don't see it on August.
I'm wondering if that's some kind of adaptation for camouflage or
Yeah.
hunting or something.
When we were first zooming in, I expected it to have to be like a siphonophore or something with the differentiation between the pieces. That was really cool. Also, my first 5 tag of the expedition.
Been saving it.
I wonder where he went.
Should we take a look at the anglerfish from behind? I mean, this thing is so interesting from the back as well.
I know the gills are an important part of
ahead,
identification
zoom
as
in.
well. And you can see its little lure up at the top.
I know those are fins, but they just really look like feet.
Oh, and shout out to our viewer Heaven, who was asking if we were going to see cephalopods earlier.
What?
That squid was an awesome cephalopod.
Might have.
Would you guys feel comfortable with this terrain at moving at 0.3?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Bridge now. Of course we increase speed to 0.3 knots. A little more than just creeping along the bottom.
About how much longer do we have on this dive before we start going up?
Probably about 10 minutes.
All right. So to our viewers at home, we have had an awesome dive here. We got about 10 more minutes on the seafloor.
Yes, we have.
Zoom in there.
It never fails. Like the end of the dive, you always start seeing really cool,
Yeah.
cool stuff. It's like, oh, maybe we'll stay.
Is that a red cup coral there? Just below the cucumber? On the
There's another hermit crab.
right end? I'm going to zoom in. See what I'm looking at?
Yeah, I see what you're looking at. I don't know.
Maybe
Does kind of look
I do
polypy
see,
on the
yeah,
end there.
it does. Doesn't look like it has that outer
the base.
base, yeah. But
Oh, what's that in the sand there?
Yeah.
To the
It looks like
left
an
of the.
isopod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or a chitin.
I think it looks like a kite.
It looks like a chitin to me. A chitin is a type of mollusk that has armored plates, and it does look like an isopod, but it's a mollusk.
Cool.
And a lot of chitins, not the ones probably down here at these depths,
Is
but
that a white cup coral?
chitins actually have eyes on their shells on their back.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, and they're made out of calcium carbonate.
Okay,
The
full
lenses.
wide.
Cool.
Bye-bye, chitin.
Steve is saying the small red one was a octocoral.
Octocoral.
So a singular octocoral.
Zoom in.
Nice.
That is very cool.
That's full zoom.
Do you see any polyps?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't see.
Well,
Maybe kind of on the
Maybe-
other side.
Is that a
Yeah.
closed? Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
one small one in the front